right now we're bleeding, right? We need to put the tourniquet on and stop the bleeding. And stopping the bleeding is by going a lot harder on immigration, right? And slowly kind of trying to stave off the mass immigration. Because my thing is, for anyone here that's pro-immigration, right, that says, Myron, well, this country is a nation of immigrants. I implore you to look at Canada. I want you guys to look at the UK, look at Australia. Look at all these countries that are super woke and bring in a bunch of refugees. They suck. They literally suck.
They're going to move into.
Myron Gaines goes off on illegal immigrants abusing our system and the disastrous woke policies ruining America and the West, as Myron Gaines in this Street Side interview calls out our corrupt immigration system that is being taken advantage of by people who don't want to actually be American. Let's get in.
The nice shirt you got there.
Thank you, thank you.
That's nigga bison.
What's your
Nigga bison.
Myron? What's your thoughts on race mixing with all the immigration and everybody mixing it up? What's your thoughts on that?
So, I personally don't have a problem with race mixing, but I do see why some people dislike it, right? Some people want their kids to look like them. They want to kind of keep it in the family. They want to preserve certain cultures. They don't want to mix and match. So, you know, I think that's fine. I think every race should be able to exercise a level of discrimination when it comes to mating if they want to keep their lineage a certain way, right? And also the other thing I'll say is, like, you know, when black people come up and say, hey, marry a sister, keep it in the family, nobody cares. If Asian says, hey, you marry Chinese man, nobody cares, right? It's only really like if a white dude says, like, hey, I want to marry a white girl and keep it white. Oh, that's so racist. So I think every every race, I think, should have the right to be able to say, yo, I want to keep it in the family and not be ostracized for it, or lose their job, or be called a racist, or some other pejorative term.
Do you think immigration is enhancing that or making it worse?
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, immigration definitely. Oh, yeah, we could have talked about immigration too. I'm all for the mass deportation, by the way. Thank you, DPG, for reminding me about that. Yes, I am for deportation. Send them all back. But yeah, well, yes, immigration absolutely contributes to it. Yeah. And then, this actually broke in the news not too long ago. Gilbert Arenas got arrested, right, for running an illegal gambling ring. He posted a bond and he posted it on the internet like a retard. For those of you that don't know, Gilbert Arenas was an NBA All-Star back in the early 2000s, right? And he got arrested, but what the media didn't really talk about is one of the guys he got arrested with was an Israeli citizen that's a crime guy. And that guy had, I think, either a green card or a U.S. citizen, and he got citizenship. He got it through fraud. He basically married an American citizen, paid 10, 20K, got the documents. Why am I bringing this up? Because with immigration, or illegal immigration, it's created a bunch of nefarious underground industries like marriage fraud or document benefit fraud, right? And this is stuff that a lot of Americans aren't aware of, how illegal immigration, it's not just us getting beat at the border with people coming in. We also have people abusing the system once they're here as well. And that doesn't get enough attention. So our entire immigration system is absolutely compromised. I think we need an immigration moratorium where we don't let anyone in, outside of like extreme emergencies for like 1 to 5 years, and restructure our visa system, restructure our green card system, restructure our asylum claims, because our immigration system is absolutely compromised. It's bad.
Do you think it's a little bit too late because America's super mixed up as it is already with that anymore?
Well, I mean, we can
trying to go back to the white race only or the black race only.
No, I mean,
I don't think we're ever going to really get there because it's too mixed up as it is.
I see what you mean. You're saying like it's we've come this far. What I look at it like this. Right now we're bleeding, right? We need to put the tourniquet on and stop the bleeding. And stopping the bleeding is by going a lot harder on immigration, right? And slowly kind of trying to stave off the mass immigration. Because my thing is, for anyone here that's pro-immigration, right, that says, Myron, well, this country is a nation of immigrants. I implore you to look at Canada. I want you guys to look at the UK, look at Australia. Look at all these countries that are super woke and bring in a bunch of refugees. They suck. They literally suck.
They're going to move into.
Myron Gaines is 100% right on this. You can look all over Europe. You can look at Canada. This mass migration, just bringing all sorts of people in from all over the places with different values and different cultures. It's an absolute recipe for disaster. These places are tearing themselves apart right now because they don't know who they are. They don't know their identity. In all of these countries over in Europe, they are about put a full stop and are like, no, send all of them back. In the UK, you had a Pakistani group that was basically running around raping young women for decades by the thousands, and it was covered up by their own liberal government, and they are still bringing boats across the English Channel. This has enraged people all over the world because we see now what they're doing. They are literally trying to replace us. They're not trying to increase the birth rate. They're not trying to, make anything better. And everywhere this happens, it's chaos, it's riots, it's fights, because you can't just put people with all of these different cultures and ways of living in one place and expect that to work. No, that's not how that works. You know what happens? They draw lines. You stay on your side and I stay on my side, and it fractures. That's what happens. That's why you can't have different countries of all, quote unquote, melting pots. It doesn't work, because eventually at some point they'll say, why don't we just do our own thing and you do yours? That's how human civilization works. That's how history goes. And all of these people who want to come in and abuse our system and our tax dollars and stay in our hotels, and you and I have to pay for all of this, they don't actually want to be American. They don't want to walk the walk. They don't want to talk the talk. They don't want to have the values. They just want the money. They just want the resources. They just want all of the stuff. They don't care about anything else that comes along with it. So yeah, I am 100% like Myron Gaines. Kick all of them out, go back to your own country and make things better there and stop messing stuff up here. But let me know down below if you agree with Myron Gaines and that we should continue the deportations or not, and hit that like button and notification bell. It really helps the video. I appreciate it, and let's get back in.
Our leadership, and then we're going to adapt our culture.
There you go, yeah. Like right now in New York City, Zohran Mamdani, he's a socialist, but he's going to probably win the mayor of New York City, right? So what people need to understand is that, like, a lot of the times these people come in, they don't assimilate, and then if they do get positions of power, they use their cultural identity, which is not aligned with the United States a lot of the times, to maybe get some legislation, maybe get some things done, and that is a problem. I know some people might say, well, that's bigoted for you to say that, but the United States was founded in a certain way, and I think it needs to be preserved in that way. Otherwise, it'll go to what these other countries are, which is whatever mass immigration group is the dominant force, we will adhere to their culture, and that's a problem.
I think the biggest thing that we did that was a mistake was taking religion out of schools, because we were founded on a religious premise, and we've lost sense to that.
Yeah,
and
to a degree,
everything's too diverse now. We don't even know what our identity is anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I think if we don't want to end up like the UK or Canada or these other countries, we do have to go hard on immigration, for sure. And this is like the first president that's like actually gone hard on immigration, because, which I'll give Trump credit for, he closed down the border and he's actually doing like interior enforcement in the country, which was unheard of before, right? ICE people coming up and arresting people at, work sites. We haven't seen that in decades.
Like the saying goes, folks, import the third world, you become the third world. Because all a nation is the people that reside within it. So if you bring all of these people from other places and they don't want to assimilate, eventually at some point, if they get into positions of power, yeah, they're going to try and make stuff the way they see fit, and they will change the United States of America. And some people, yeah, like Myron Gaines said, if they want to call you a bigot, you know what? They don't care about their culture. They don't care about their country. They don't care about their borders. It is childish and stupid to play that game. If you don't fight to protect and defend something, eventually someone else is going to take it. That's just the way it goes. So if anyone wants to try and shame you, you're a bigot, you're a racist, this and that, blah, ignore them. Ignore them. They don't know what they're doing. That they're anti-American. If they're not going to fight to protect and preserve what we have, why do we even care what these people think to begin with? You are the antithetical one in this entire argument anyway. So if you think America's so bad and you think their culture's so good, go to their country, go live over there, but don't have the gall to call us, who actually want to preserve America and American values, anything other than American, because we're the only ones fighting for it. But thanks for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about what Myron Gaines had to say, calling out this illegal mass migration invasion of America. And yes, let's kick all of them out. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.